What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Whoa, we're good. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I was in Florida recently. Besides that point, there's a little explanation of why I haven't made any videos recently in the past almost 4 months now, regarding the Camaro. Let me start off with number one. Back in November, I got a ticket. Unfortunately, it sucked. And I tried fighting the ticket and I lost. I kind of went into a losing battle. I accidentally made an illegal left turn, so it kind of set me back a little bit. So that was quite a bit of money out of my pocket. And then a few days later, I had to make a car insurance payment. And at this time, I had just recently started a new job, and I wasn't getting a paycheck in, so I didn't really have the money to actually start paying for the insurance. And so for the month of January, February, I was kind of living off of like $10, which is really bad. So financially, I was not able to do anything with the Camaro. I couldn't really do a whole lot. I couldn't go anywhere. It was middle of winter, so I couldn't really go do anything. Especially do anything with the Camaro. I had no money, and winter here in Michigan really sucks. There's nothing going on, honestly. There's not a whole lot, and so I wasn't able to do anything. But I have since then regained money, and have become more financially stable. By the way, sorry if you hear clicking. Because it's been so long since I really even touched this. I had, if you remember from the video when I first started working on this, I had to unplug the battery. It's been like that ever since. And so I have it on a quick charge right now to get it started up. Although I had the one video posted, I actually, not too long after that, about a month or so after that, I did start recording some stuff for working on this. Actually, I have a bunch of pieces laying in front of me right now. I'll show you, and what the state of the Camaro is right now. I was going to make a video and post it, but the quality of the audio and the video just wasn't there. I wasn't happy with it. So I was like, you know what, screw it. When the time comes, I'll explain what happened, what I did, and that is right now. So since the last video, and I'm sorry about the light, it is a very beautiful day out finally here in Michigan. But if you remember in the last video, I took out the seats, and I also took out the center console. I couldn't think of the name. I took that out. But I also took out, since then, the dash pad, a bunch of the other panels and stuff here, and also the headliner, which I just kind of have sitting here in my boat. Don't mind my phone case. But I just have here sitting in my boat. And as for everything else, let me show you guys what the inside looks like right now. So as you can see, the entirety of the interior is completely ripped out. I have all the carpet completely removed. As you can see, there's a little bit of rust there. That hasn't gone through yet, but there are a couple spots on the driver's side. One specifically right there, right in front of my finger, and then there's a soft spot kind of like right down here that I will be fixing, and I will be getting a new little piece welded in there. Other than that, really everything in here is ripped out. It's completely bare bones. Besides, there's a little panel piece right here because I still have to get those torque bit screws to undo that. But as of right now, that is the state of the Camaro. And unfortunately, because of over time, this tire has gone flat. This is the front right of the car. My hopes is, as you can see, it's kind of cracked a little bit. It's pretty dry rotted. All the tires on this are pretty bad. but I'm gonna try jacking it up and try to air up the tire. If not, I'll figure out something in the meantime. Other than that stuff, I haven't put anything into it. Again, money's been pretty tight for me recently. Up until now, I've finally started getting the money in because I was in a tight spot. You know, having amazing family, having them help me out with making some payments, especially the gas money. Me driving back and forth from school and work has been kind of tough for me to get for gas. But now that I have some money, I'm finally buying some stuff to start putting into it. One of the things being a transmission mount. This little dude here, kind of little. The transmission mount on this one's completely shot, so I had to go out and buy a new one of these. Also, because I want to do it and I don't know exactly what state the motor was in when I bought it, I'm going through. I bought some new valve cover gasket for it. Bought 2 new ones for that. There's also a small oil leak that I found out not too long after I posted the last video, and I found out what parts they were. I went and bought them. By the time this video goes up, they both should be here within 2 to 3 days. Hopefully, that's the hope. You know, Amazon could take however long they want. But once those parts are in, next video will be installing the transmission mount along with the new valve cover gaskets and those 2 new parts I bought. After that, the motor is basically completely done. There's nothing that needs to be done to the motor to make it a daily driver. The next thing after that, the thing called a wire tuck. I'm gonna try to do that with this motor. Not sure how it's gonna work without pulling it out. We'll see how that goes, but that is the plan for right now. I'm going to try to do the best wire management on this thing as possible. And the radiator fan needs to be done too. Other than that, that's it. That's basically it for engine. All the rest of the stuff is cosmetics. Like, for instance, the hood, you know, having to use this piece of wood kind of sucks sometimes, having to lift this heavy hood. So buying new like hood hinges. Same thing for the hatch too. The hatch needs new hinges. After that, for the motor, that's it. After all that is cosmetic stuff, like doing some new paint. That's obviously coming. I have done quite a bit of research on what I want to do, because my original thought was to get the ground effects kit of the Z28, the IROC Z, because I love the look of those. This is the Berlinetta edition, and so it kind of has a little bit more of a base model look, which I'm not a big fan of. And I was doing a bunch of research and trying to figure out prices for it, and I realized that it's super expensive to have to buy a whole new front bumper and back bumper, along with the ground effects kit, and I don't have the money. Plain and simple, I just don't have the money to do it. So this is supposed to be a budget build, especially for the channel. With the whole 18 subscribers right now, it's great. But obviously I appreciate every single one of you for subscribing and watching these videos. Or people who are watching the videos haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe too. I'll put that plug in really quick. But as of right now, I'm just gonna stick with this. I saw one picture that I really liked of a Berlinetta edition, and they did a couple like simple modifications to it, and I really like it. So that's what we're gonna go with. So I now have a lot of plans for a couple future videos to be able to do this. and I'm really excited for it. So besides doing the motor, the next couple things after that, probably going to be body work. As you can see, like right here especially, it was sanded down before. There's a little hole there. There's a couple of spots kind of like that around the car. So body work will probably be a little bit after that. The interior, that is definitely going to be done. I'm planning on buying new carpet for it and redoing that, doing like a custom interior that will be, I'll show you how to do for pretty cheaply. Cheap, but not expensive. Not like going out and buying complete custom, handmade, you know, $800-900 stuff to put into this. You know, this will be made by me, how I want it to go into there. And then just to kind of show you down the line what I have planned. Next after that is going to be new wheels. Although I do kind of like these wheels for what I want to do. Sorry about the dog barking. But I do kind of like these rims. But for what I want to go with for this, will be bigger rims. Obviously, there's going to be new shocks and struts for this. Just to kind of give you guys a couple things of what's going to be happening within a decent amount of time. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to post a whole lot within the next couple months. Although I do have the transmission mount and the valve cover gaskets. Until I start working my summer job, I won't be able to do a whole lot with this until I start gaining more money. So then again, the whole money thing comes around. But I do have a couple things I am able to do for either free or really cheap. So there will be a few videos for those, but the bigger things are definitely later on down the line. But they will be done eventually. So other than that, guys, I'm really sorry about the lack of not uploading. Life happens, it sucks, unfortunately. I wish I had the money right now to start really dumping into it, but you know, like all good projects, takes time. But it will get there, I promise. It will get there. I have a big goal by the end of this coming summer, before the next school year starts, for me for college, that this will be so much different than what it looks like now. That's a quick update for you guys, an update on what's happened in my life recently, and what is to come for the Camaro, to give you a little bit more insight. I'm kind of being a little hesitant on what I'm telling about this because it's a big surprise. I think a lot of people will find interesting. I hope, at least in my mind, I think that this is going to turn out awesome, and I think a lot of people are going to find interesting. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. There's a second plug for you. I'll see you guys in the next video.